Budapest is one of Europe's most charming cities, but is it actually affordable to live here? Well, in today's video, I'm breaking down all of my expenses after living here as a digital nomad for 1 month, going from groceries, gym memberships to fun and activities. So let's dive right in and get started on breaking down the cost. First things first, and that is the accommodation and the cost of rent. So I'm staying in this beautiful apartment here in District 6. We're very close to all kind of amenities and tourist hotspots. I must say that this is probably one of my favorite apartments that we've stayed at so far. It's spacious, it has the highest ceilings I've ever seen for an apartment, and it's just overall very nice and convenient. As said, the location is also perfect because we're like walking distance to all the nice things Budapest has to offer, like cute cafes, our gym, but also supermarkets, and of course those very cool activities. We've booked this specific apartment through Airbnb, so it's always a good thing to keep in mind that the costs are higher when renting through Airbnb, but because we're staying here for a short period of time, for 2 months, but that was actually planned to be 1 month, but we're liking it so far that we're staying for an extra month. And we had the amazing opportunity to extend our stay at this specific apartment. But the big question remains, how much does it cost? Well, it costs us around $1,100 per month, which is, in my opinion, a good price, but I've also got some feedback that it's on the higher side of Budapest, also for locals. So yeah, I really want to highlight that piece of Airbnb, and that it just makes it overall more expensive, and of course that I compare it with previous apartments I've stayed at. One of the biggest differences in my cost of living per month when comparing it to my time in Southeast Asia is that we're actually cooking a lot at home right now. In Southeast Asia we always went out for food, for lunch, dinner, but now we're actually cooking most of the time at home, which is also very nice. But that also means that I do a lot more groceries than I did back in, for example, in Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur. I must say that the groceries are very affordable. I prefer to do my shopping at stores like Lidl, which is really a great option all throughout Europe actually, but I prefer to shop at that store as they have everything that I could need for my groceries. So I spent around $30 to $40 per week on groceries, so I would say a total for the whole month is around $200 for groceries. If you're a digital nomad that is watching, then co-working spaces might be very important for you. I need to be honest and say that I haven't worked at any specific co-working spaces so far. They're not my preferred option of working outside of my apartment, so I can't share any specific details of prices of that. However, I have been working at a very cute cafe, one actually because it's my favorite. It's called Madal. They have a few different locations all throughout the city, and I would definitely check it out if you're in Budapest. But yeah, I've been working over there, and I would say for coffee I pay around $4 to $5. I think it's an okay price. The coffee is delicious, but of course it also can be a bit more expensive. When looking at work options and different places to visit, one tip that I also want to give you is to visit the libraries. You can actually see me working at a library in my day vlog, where I take you on a day through my life here in Budapest. But yeah, the libraries are absolutely great. A good thing to keep in mind though is that when visiting as a foreigner, just like me, that you will need to pay an entrance fee or just buy a ticket. It's around $5. It can depend on the library, but it's definitely worth it. Also because the vibe at the library, besides the beautiful architecture, because that's absolutely stunning, just working in a library where everyone is working or mostly studying, it's quiet, it just has this overall very nice and inspiring vibe. So if you're here and you have the time, then definitely check it out, at least for one afternoon or morning. You will not regret it. All by all, I would say for like coffees and working, I pay around $20 to $25 a month, as I mostly work from the apartment itself. Over to transportation. And did you know that Budapest actually has one of the best transportation systems of whole Europe. And the great thing is that you also have an option to buy a monthly pass. It costs around $30 per month, and it gives you an unlimited use of the bus, the metro, the tram, which is really fantastic and a great option to look into when you're staying here for a longer period of time. Buying this specific pass is also very easy. You can just download the Budapest Go app. You can easily download it from, for example, the Apple Store or the Google Store, and just buy your monthly pass through your app straight away, making not only cheap and affordable, but also very accessible. And I mean, with public transportation, that's a bit what it's all about, right? This is a bit personal, but working out and going to the gym is always very important for me. I work out around 4 to 5 times a week in the gym itself, so finding a good gym is key for a nice monthly stay. Luckily, you'll find a lot of gym options, but also group classes and whatnot here in Budapest. My gym membership is around $30 to $35 per month, but a good thing to keep in mind with this is that I have a specific membership which I can only use in the morning time. The gym opens at 6 a.m. and I can enter the gym until 3 p.m. So you do have a pretty big window to actually go to the gym, but I always work out around 6:30, 7 a.m. So that specific morning gym membership was perfect for me, and it was a bit less expensive. Over to the most fun part of the monthly cost, and that is of course fun, going out, activities, eating out, restaurants, and just overall exploring of the city. Budapest is a city that has a lot of fun things to offer, feeling almost overwhelmed with all the options. Of course, there are a lot of museums offering art, historical pieces. You also have a lot of exhibitions, you have a lot of historical buildings that you can visit, maybe even get a guided tour. There are a lot of options to choose from. Of course, going to the thermal baths is also one of the fun things that you definitely need to do here, but also think of going to a shooting range or going to Budapest Zoo. I need to say that there are still a lot of things on my list that I still want to do in this next month that we're staying here. Overall, I set aside around $100 per month for fun activities. Plus, I also add around another $100 per month for going out to restaurants, for example. Eating out is very fun here in the city as it actually has a lot of different options. Of course, you have Hungarian classics like goulash, but you also have Italian with pizza, pasta, Indian food. You can really find it all here in the city. I can say that Budapest is just a vibe overall, and you don't need to spend a lot of money to enjoy the nice vibe of the city. As always, there are also some hidden costs that you need to keep in mind, like a SIM card. We just bought a local SIM card here, and that was around $35 per month for unlimited internet for 30 days, which is a bit more expensive than normally, but we bought it on like a holiday and it was not easy at all. So that's also a bit on us. Besides that, on the hidden costs, you could also add a bit of money for shopping. There are a lot of interesting stores here. There's also a few different big malls, but that is of course all up to you, so I'm just keeping it on the SIM card for this month. Well, let's go over my complete total monthly cost of living here in Budapest, Hungary. For rent, we pay around $1,100 per month. For groceries, I pay around $200 per month. Public transport around $30. Fun and eating out around $200. And of course the hidden cost, coming to a total of around $1,600 per month of living here in Budapest, Hungary. When we arrived here in Budapest, I didn't have a lot of specific expectations for the city. It was a completely new country for me. It was just overall very new and exciting, but I must say that it actually surprised me a lot. It's definitely one of my new favorite cities. It's just overall so beautiful. The people are nice and friendly, and the overall vibe is just really vibing. So that's why also, of course, we're staying for an extra month. But yeah, I've been really liking it so far. I think it's also a perfect city if you're a digital nomad, or of course for vacation. I am also very happy with the monthly cost of living. I think it's just very balanced, and also for what we're getting, the fun things that we're doing, the nice food that we're getting, the healthy groceries. Overall, it's just very nice. And with that, We have gone over all of my monthly cost of living. Let me know in the comments if you could see yourself living here in Budapest, and maybe also what your favorite part of the city would be. And with that, I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you're curious and you want to see an actual day in my life here, then definitely check out this video next, as I take you with me on a complete day through my life in the city. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope to see you at the next one. Bye!